Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a good day for our lecturer, Dr. Charizal bin Badishah, and our fellow friends. Today our group would like to present about remote work, finding a new way of impressing your employees' performance. And we choose the Caribbean Hotel in a position of a sales and marketing manager. So here is a table of content. First, introduction. Second, remote work. Third, evaluating employee performance. Fourth, new performance appraisal form for remote works employee. And the last one, conclusion. So here is a introduction. My name is Muhammad Arif bin Ahmad Ramazul, metric number 271440. So in this modern era, employee performance become the main topic among the society, especially human resource department at office, university, and so on, without counting ages, races, and religions. This topic often appear on printed media like newspaper, textbook, magazine, and also appear on electronic media like smartphone, television, laptop, and so on. According to Investopedia, a performance appraisal is a regular review of employee job performance and overall contribution to a company. Company usually use performance appraisal to determine which employees give the most contribution to the company growth, review progress, and reward high-achieving workers. Based on our choice, Caribbean Hotel is a commercial accommodation establishment company that offering lodging to travelers and sometimes to a permanent resident, and having restaurant, meeting rooms, stores, and so on. Sales and marketing manager become the position that we emphasize, as they need to achieve growth and hitting sales target by successfully managing the sales team, promoting the company existing brand, and introducing the new products to the market, and recruiting, training, scheduling, coaching, and managing marketing and sales team to meet the sales and marketing human resource objective. Employees' performance is important to achieve the company goals, and employee performance can give an impact to the organization. Successful employees will meet the deadline, make sales, and build the brand via positive customer interaction. Consumers feel that the company not concerned to their needs, and will see as well when employees do not perform effectively. For example, the person who created customer report will always late in completing them, and indirectly make the client services department would be always be waiting, looking unprofessional, and perhaps incompetent. So next, I pass to my group member to present the next part.
I'm Nur Aini binti Abdul Manaf, metric number 274027. Okay, I will continue. Remote work or work from home is a working system which is a worker do not drive or fly to their workplace, such as office building, factory, or shop. In order to minimize cost, company may use remote work for some reason, which is do not require an office, a space to be rent, and any other additional cost. Many companies promote remote work to improve the quality of life of employees, as working remotely usually eliminates travel times and time trapped in the traffic jam. Remote work will also make things easier for employees to align their job duties and responsibility with their personal life and family responsibilities, such as taking care of their child and their parents. Because of situation nowadays during the global coronavirus pandemic, millions of employees were unintentionally forced to begin working remotely. This is concerning among employers, not only causes the company to lose their revenue, but also the company operating costs, especially the payment of employee salary. This had led employers to think about what work that their workers can do from home. It is a form of flexible working arrangement that can not only reduce the operating cost of the organization, but in fact, it can also increase job satisfaction, especially among working family women. As we know, nowadays all over the world implemented work from home, as Caribbean Hotel also implementing work from home to their employees. There are a variety of benefits for the company when working remotely, such as flexible of worker working at home using their home as workplace. Working at home allows the greater flexibility in working arrangement. There is a better place and more likely to work flexible working hours, such as early or later in the day or even at weekends, with worker now no longer bound to office hours. Next, remote work will improve retention of employees. Work from home can help retain employees. Employees will also feel increased level of confidence from their employer if they are permitted to home working, which can contribute significantly of employee loyalty. Furthermore, working remotely can increase productivity. Due to less interruption in an office setting that will usually occur, remote work by comparison enables a good atmosphere that can promote more concentrated work. Then it can improve employee motivation. Working remotely, as the working relationship is not tightly supervised and degree of autonomy is required for employees to get on their job. Last but not least, last benefit that company and employee get from remote work is better work-life balance. Working remotely will help workers boost their work-life balance. For example, employee who would have had a drive for hours to go to workplace now can use the opportunity to provide the foundation for a better work-life balance for themselves. This will make them a lot more at ease and can focus more just for their works. By working remotely, employer can monitor their employees too, and their employees will also produce a quality work result which can bring benefit to both parties in achieving the company goals. Next, I will pass to my other group members.
Hi, my name is Farawaida binti Zainurin. My metric number is 274061. Okay, so I will continue to explain about evaluating employees' performance in Caribbean company. And evaluating employees' performance is a systematic assessment where the employers assess the job performance of an employee to recognize the achievement, provides feedback, and establishes targets for future performance. This performance review can help employers to understand what or how they are doing if they perform well. Due to the pandemic outbreak, millions of people have to live through lockdowns, and those who are working outside have to work remotely. Since remote work have been utilized, there are several challenges for Caribbean company when they want to assess their employees who work remotely. Okay, first of all, isolation makes communication hard to handle. Lack and difficulty of technologies and some connection issues making the employees hard to communicate with each other. Next, every company have their private information that cannot be known by others. Thus, when working remotely, it is hard to keep the information secure. Their employees are responsible to take care of not just their personal information but also the company's information. Other than that, when working remotely, it does allow flexibility, but the flexibility itself can cause some risks, such as the employees fail to prioritize their work. Besides that, language and barriers also one of the challenges when employers want to assess the employees. This is because every company have different cultural and languages. The differences can cause the interaction to be hard. Last but not least, when they are working remotely, some might tend to not focus on their jobs, and it is a challenge for the employers to make sure the employees execute the task on time. So I will continue to explain about methods of evaluation used by Caribbean company to assess their employees' performance. Individual performance appraisal is a process where the performance is assessed annually on the accomplishment of employees. Based on Caribbean company, they have used an annual performance appraisal system for employees on key performance indicator and competencies to assess their employees' performance. They use this method because KPI is a simple measurement system and very effective. Next, Caribbean company also use compensation and rewards for employees. Rewarding is one of aspect in the work environment. Example of rewards they offered is annual bonuses, merit and promotion for those who achieve the targets and goals. It was an incentive for employees to motivate themselves to continue improving their performance in the future. Okay, so I will pass to my partner, the next presenter, Sanjay, to continue the explanation of the rest of methods evaluation. Thank you.
My name is Sanjay Anatol. My metric number is 271694. Today I will present about method of evaluation based on our assignment. I will continue my group presentation. My point is methods of evaluation. The first point is recognition of employee can be done by taking into promotion, creating high-profile project, enlargement of job size, creating different status symbol. For example, Caribbean company has called create good titles such as example, employee, supervisor, employee, and so on. Among other recognition is by giving certificate of appreciation and so on. Caribbean company evaluate the promotion of employee from one position to another position based on the key trait required for the position. The main feature will be evaluated based on the job analysis and job description. When this happens, through job analysis, employee can see the knowledge, skill, and ability need to do a job. Knowledge of worker is a particular field of work is very important to perform the job. Employee also evaluate the skill and ability of employee for promotion so that they can do the task very well. For example, when the company needs leadership skill or critical and analytical thinking skill, the company must evaluate each of them based on the key traits. Next point is 360-degree feedback. In brief, 360-degree feedback is a measure of process in which worker receive personal private feedback from the coworker. It involves manager and subordinate who through 360-degree observe some factor about the employee. Feedback form provide questions that are assessed on a rating scale and often ask rater to deliver written feedback. Caribbean company used 360 feedback polls to get a deeper understanding of employee ability and weakness because this system automatically summarizes the results and display them in a way that allows the feedback receiver to develop a growth plan. Thus, individual review are often paired with results from other individuals in the same rater group, such as peers, in order to maintain privacy and to give staff a good view of their biggest overall strength and weakness. The view obtained from a lot of workers are likely to be more persuasive and offer more precise measurement. Last but not least is the checklist and white checklist. The checklist methods include a list of objectives and statements of action of the employee. For instance, for leadership skills and so on. If the evaluator agrees that the employee has the three lists in the list, he will place the mark in front of the checklist. But if the employee believes he or she has a particular trait, he or she will leave it blank and list it in the progress section. Thus, the white checklist is a variant of the checklist method where a value is given to each question. The cumulative score of the checklist should be taken into account in determining the success of the employee. It presents a clear threat to bias at the end of the appraisal, and this approach is time-consuming and also complicated. It is commonly used for performance evaluation. Now, I will continue with the next comparison between methods of evaluation during working in office and remote work. Working in office, measure and observe the employee in action and determine how they deal with their duty. Face-to-face that monitored by each team carry on during and of the year. The feedback is about the whole journey of year. But work from home is like the employee, including the team leader and also the manager, are compulsory to complete an online form, collecting employee feedback from a town hall meeting, conducting 360-degree feedback to evaluate the employee performance, and performance monthly. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, I am Anisada Habibti Muhammad Nin. My metric number is 264168. So now I will continue to present about the new performance appraisal form for remote works employee. As we know, due to the crisis of pandemic COVID-19, many of the company cannot operate as usual. So many of the company are asking their employee to work from home, which is also called as remote work. With this action, it will give challenges to HR department to manage employee performance review, which this is because they have to re-evaluate their feedback strategy and have to consider a range of variables to meet the needs of their company. So, during this pandemic COVID-19, we have suggest a new performance appraisal form, which including the several criteria in this form, which are presentation skill, leadership, attendance, productivity, oral communication, quality and competency, and also analytical and problem solving. Why we are choosing presentation skills in our as a criteria in our performance appraisal form?
we are choosing presentation skill because we have to know whether employee know how to evaluate every idea that employee have very clearly. So beside that, we also want to know that whether the employee can engage with the audience in the presentation and can interact with the audience. Next is leadership. In this company, all department have to play a role as a leader, including sales and marketing manager. That's why leadership is one of the criteria that we have justified in this form. A good leadership must know how to control and guide their team to be more productive and moving toward a better performance. For the next criteria is attendance. Even though employees have been given some flexibility, it's not mean that we can take easy about their attendance during the working hours. So they still can, beside that, the opportunity to the employee, they still can state the reasonable statement if they cannot attend the meeting or to the work. So we are going to evaluate employee based on this criteria because we want to maintain a good performance in the company. So the next criteria, I will pass to the other group members to present about this.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Akil Sulihim Birusli. My matrix number is 273511. I will continue criteria of performance appraisal form. Okay, productivity. We have to make sure that employees are able to complete their assignment in time allocated that have been agreed for both parties. And also quantity of assignment produced, such as numbers of projects, must be seen with given one. Next, sales manager have to evaluate in terms of their oral communication, make sure that they can elaborate ideas in clear and skill in preparing the presentations. Although they are working remotely, quality and competency of employee must be in good condition to have a good quality in work. So they can follow the standard that have been given. Last but not least, sales manager also need to having an analysis and problem solving skills to understand the problems, find the best solution of the problem, and participate in and contribute in the group to solve the problem.
Hi, we meet again. So this is about a conclusion. So in a nutshell, remote work can affect the employee performance appraisal. The new performance appraisal form for employees who work remotely need to create for make sure the assessors or evaluator are easy to evaluate their employee performance. So there are many challenges when employees work remotely. One of them including the challenge of adequate and frequent communication. This is because the employee cannot communicate with each other directly by face-to-face. So this indirectly make the employer struggle to evaluate the current employee performance because the employer cannot directly monitor the progress of their employer and their employee. The employer only can evaluate the employee performance when the outcome has shown. For this situation, maybe the employer can request the employer to make offering feedback to employer. This is because regular feedback lets employees or employers know where they stand, get everyone on the same page, and reduce the chance of a surprise during a more formal review. Therefore, the cooperation of all parties is needed, especially employer and employee, to implement this new performance appraisal form. This is important because the employer confront with some issue to evaluate their employee who are working remotely, as a COVID-19 pandemic looks like will take a long time to vanish from this world. The preventive step needs to be taken as soon as possible, because remote work maybe will become the norms for a long time, until the effectively antidote or vaccine was found. So this noble effort will make the evaluation of employees' performance become more accurate and unbiased, and at the same time will ensure the organization can keep operate without having any issue related to the evaluation of employee performance in the future. That's all from our group. Thank you for here. Thank you.